Welcome to a Let's Play of a Game Gear game called TazMania, the search for the Lost Seabirds. Immediately, one thing you'll see about this game is there's hardly any sound other than the background music. I'll turn into a little tornado and nothing. I eat something, nothing. Enemies move, react, nothing. Well, there was a sound when I stopped turning into a tornado. But sound effects are extremely limited. You have a jump noise, and you have the same sound effect for when you're hit, stop being a tornado, or, if I remember correctly, accidentally destroy food. But yeah, the premise of the game is you have this bar of, I guess, stamina at the bottom left, and you must keep this bar as full as possible throughout the game. If you, when you spin dash, it depletes. When you're hit, it depletes. When it runs out, you're dead. And in these cavern levels, one hit kills you. It's kind of like a mini-game for the second level. This was the only Taz game I played as a kid, so because I grew up on a Game Gear. But even this was bad for any game. Doesn't matter what system, it was just a bad game in general. The controls were stiff and loose at the same time. They were not balanced. The sound effects and music were horrible. And the graphics are bad at best. And the sad part is the console will slow down to run these barely qualifying graphics or music as if it was really struggling to pull this effort off. It's just sad. Yeah, but apparently the storyline is I'm trying to find a bird's egg to eat. Meanwhile, these mice are trying to kill me for no apparent reason. I'm gonna save state here. But so far, I've played, including this one, 3 levels in which I don't control where he goes. I can only jump or change the level of his cart. But 3 levels straight of sliding forward. Yeah, let's see. Oh, that was a waste. But when you don't have something trying to push you or force you to move, the controls feel just as bad. Like here. This boss took me forever. Turns out, if you jump into these icicles up at the top, you get hurt. But you have to stand right beside them and spin to make the geyser shoot fire for some reason. Yeah, I'm not talking much because this boss is actually a lot harder than he looks simply because the controls are so stiff. I'll explain that in a second. Alright. But running back and forth, it's not too bad. It's the jumping. In normal games, when you push left or right to jump, if you slightly push left or right, your character will nudge in that general direction, unless you hold down the button, in which case he will fly in that direction. For Taz, though, even if you tap the button, he will fly in that direction. Meanwhile, if you tap the jump button, he'll barely go anywhere. If you hold it down, he'll go higher. So the controls are weirdly sloppy when it comes to jumping. And then you have another level where I don't control where I go other than up and down. And for some reason I have to breathe in yellow clouds to get more stamina, because I slowly lose some, simply by flapping my arms to keep myself from falling, or if I'm hit by these little pink things. I'm pretty generous with these yellow clouds though, so I'm not too worried. It's just weird. This level I found to be quite annoying. You have to follow this log the entire way through the level. The longer you stand on it, the more it sinks into the water. But when you get off of it, it slowly rises. Also note the riveting background music playing right now. But if you land on this log, on the edges, it will automatically drop to the bottom of the river bed, taking you with it. I don't know why this is. I think it's a glitch. But it just makes it slightly harder than it has to be. This level isn't too bad. It's just these weird jump controls and the horrible music. And the game slowed down there for a little bit because it had to process all this complex information. Yeah, for some reason you can't kill these things, but when you spin dash, you're immune to their attacks. Unfortunately, of course, spin dash also counts as your health. Not spin dash, tornado. Green spiders with pink webbing. How frightening! Must be some weird, something in the water, I guess, making plants walk around, bobbing their heads like they're listening to some kind of music. Deformed spiders. And that's the end of that level. But not quite. There's a hidden boss at the end. Boss of some character I don't know. And stay tuned for part 2.